Welcome everybody back to the e-frag coverage of ESL1 Cologne. We're here with Alex Machine Richardson, as a lot of people like to say, the washing machine himself. How you doing, mate?
I'm good, man. Yeah, VP SK, VP won the first map, so looking forward to seeing how Nuke plays out.
Yeah, and we've got a few questions for you. Obviously, you're coming from the UK esports scene. You're there as a university student, casting in Leicester, if I'm not mistaken. And then after that, being picked up here in Germany for the main events, say Battlefield 4, now moving to CS and a host at the biggest desk in the scene. How did you transition from there onto where we are here?
It all kind of started with ESL UK. I just started doing anything and everything that they could let me do, get my hands on. I, of course, kind of started casting with Call of Duty 4 Pro Mod, and then ESL UK just gave me everything under the sun, including Counter-Strike. Kind of fell in love with it there. I met Henry G, we started talking, just generally doing as much casting as I possibly could. And from there, as soon as I graduated, ESL got in touch and said, hey, do you want to come over to Cologne and do it full time?
Yep. And speaking of that move to Cologne, how difficult was it to move to a place where, first of all, it's a different culture, but a different setting in terms of how do you have to work and live, a professional way with, Pansy being over here with Joe Miller, with all the guys here. How did you adapt into that, and who are the people that helped you with that?
Adapting was quite quick because the office is primarily an English-speaking office. You've got Americans, you've got Canadians. There is German that's being spoken, but it's still
German, yeah.
Yeah, they are present. So yeah, that's nice. It's nice to have. It feels kind of like at home. It's not. It's like a little bar. I live in a little esports bubble. I don't really like because it wasn't too much of a culture shock. It's been nice. One of my family friends said to me that he doesn't hire people. He works in a lot higher up. I don't know what he does, but he basically said, I don't hire people that haven't experienced working abroad, working in a different country, experiencing another culture. And I was really kind of grateful that I had an opportunity and have had that opportunity.
Yep, and obviously you had to go through this CS boot camp as you were talking. Met G. You were casting primarily COD 4, then a bit of CS with it, and then moved here. Your Battlefield 4, basically your startup to get you into it, and then moving into CS. How difficult was it to really keep up with the different communities, different professional teams and players, and then be able to get back into CS and really know exactly what's going on?
Well, I'm someone that's commentary and hosting always is about passion. Like, I really struggle when I don't enjoy the game. Yeah. It's something that I can't feign excitement. It's something I need to work on sometimes. But with Counter-Strike, it really drew my attention. I started playing a lot of it, and so the knowledge kind of came through that. Like, you play it a lot, you watch it a lot, it just becomes second nature. That was easy. The transitioning from Battlefield, I did Battlefield as it's where they'd often put when you first arrive in Cologne, you get good at Battlefield, you can get good at anything because it's so chaotic, so frantic. So. It's a good way. It's a good starting ground, and of course, once I did that, they started giving me the big gigs. Katowice was the first one.
And being able to get into all of these kinds of different games and different strategy and prep for them. How's your daily esports schedule like? Do you sit around and watch these demos? How do you prepare basically for almost any event, but especially a major like this?
Well, if I have the luxury of time, I can do some preparation. I've been everywhere and anywhere at this point in time, but for this major, I basically did, it wasn't minor prep. Basically what I did is I usually look for the 10 teams that I'm going to be talking a lot about. The rest will come from the desk. I look for the 10 teams I'm expecting to see progress. Of course, there have been so many surprises at this event. It means my notes sometimes become a bit redundant, but overall, just focus on 10 teams out of the 16. I like to look at, is there roster shuffles? I do a whole segment on storylines. So, when I get the message in my ear saying Phil or PC issue, I have a lovely column I can look at for every team, and we can start some discussion there. I'm really trying to make my style more conversational. I don't like the idea of question 1, question 2, question 3. So there's not so much prep in terms of what I'm going to ask, more just so I have that necessary background knowledge to start getting a good desk going.
And speaking of it,